Hello everyone. Today we are going to demo the Fusion Application Monitoring feature. With Oracle Integration 3, we have improved our integration with the Fusion applications by providing the dedicated menu item within the observability for the Fusion applications. What this enables is, this enables the self-service troubleshooting of event-related issues related to the Fusion application connections. So what it does is it is showing you all the Fusion application connections which you configured across the project on one place, and by going into the detail pane you'll be able to see the events which have been fired, which have received, which have not been received, and troubleshoot all the issues. Now before getting into detail, let's first look at one business scenario where customer might need this feature and how he might use this feature. So for that, let's go to the home page. Now in here, what I'm going to do is I am going to take one of the pre-built solutions. So we have 180 plus recipes and accelerators available for our customers out of the box, which you can find in the home page, and you can install any one of them. So I'm going to take one of these solutions. I've already picked one. We'll get there. And I will going to use how exactly for this solution I'm going to use the Fusion application observability improvement feature. So for that I have already installed an accelerator. So here is an accelerator that I've already installed. What this accelerator does is it synchronizes the Fusion work order service orders information between the field service and Fusion service. So I've already configured the connection, I've already activated it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Fusion application and then create a work order, and we'll see how exactly that shows up on the observability and the Fusion application front. Okay, so for that, let's go into the Fusion application. I'm going to click on the work orders. Okay, so here are the work orders which are created. Let's create a new work order. So I'm going to say create Oracle field service work order. Okay, let's file in the information. Okay, now that we have filled in the information, let's select the resource who will be working on this particular work order. So I'm going to select Benson Fred. I'm going to align him slot. Now let's click save and continue. Now what this is going to do is this is going to create a work order on the Fusion service. Now this work order will move from Fusion service to field service, and for this particular purpose this pre-built solution is using the Fusion application event handling framework. What that basically does is that basically uses the eventing to communicate. So that's where we will go and see how exactly we can troubleshoot, or we can look at the event as they move from Fusion service and field service using our new feature. Okay, as you can see here, the field service has the order is submitted and it is yet to be notified to the field service, and that's where the event will be raised. So we are just waiting for this event to be raised. Here we go. Now we can see that event has been raised. Let's now go back to the Oracle integration. Now if I go into the observability, I can see that new event has been raised. Now this is all good, but let's now look at our new capability. So if I go into the observability and go into the Fusion application, here is a connection for my project for the pre-built solution that I've seen. So if I go in over here, I can see that the work order created event was actually delivered to the Oracle integration, and Oracle integration has delivered it back to the field service. So that was it. Now in case there are some queues or retrials, all those things can also show up over here. So to mimic that scenario, let's do one thing. Let's go back to the projects, because it can happen maybe one of your endpoint is down. What you could do, what it may happen is that maybe your flow might be not active at a point when this order is happening. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to deactivate. I'm not going to delete subscription, I'm just going to deactivate it. So now flow is deactivated. Now if I go back into the Fusion application and create a new work order, let's quickly fill in the details for the new work order. Okay, I've filled in the information. I've selected the same resource with the next slot. Now let's click on save and continue. Now as I click on save and continue, this time this particular event, even though it will go out from the Fusion service, but it will not reach to OIC because flow is down. So let's wait for some time and then we can go back on the OIC and look at the event information on our observability tab. Okay, here we are. This is the same connection. Now if I go in over here, I can see work or create event. One integration is subscribed to it, one was delivered, which we already saw, and one is still queued. If I want to see more details about it, I can go into this experience. I need to just select what kind of status I'm interested into. As I click on the right status, I'll be able to see the details of that particular event over here. Now I can also see which is the subscriber, which flow it is, and what time it has come up. And probably it has not reached out because the YC flow is down. There is nobody to handle it. So that's why it is in the queue. So let's go back onto our project and quickly enable the integration back. Now that I've activated the integration, it will be automatically picked up, not that we have to resubmit or anything like that. Once flow is activated, the Fusion application event handling framework has a auto retrial feature, so it will automatically retry, and once it retries, we'll be able to see through the observability that another flow has executed, and it will show up in some time. And also through the observability and Fusion application, we'll be able to see that this particular event has moved from queue to delivered. For now it has not yet. It will take some time, generally takes around 15 minutes, but it will. Okay, now we can see that the event has been processed. Now that the event has moved from the queue to the delivered, we can go back to the project and we can quickly see that the event has been picked up by the flow. So if I go back into the project, go into the observability, I can see that the flow has executed successfully and the new event has come. Now if I go back to the Fusion field service application, here if I select the user for which I was assigning these tasks, I would be able to see that both of them have been successfully assigned to the resource on the field service side. So this concludes the demo. We saw how Fusion application monitoring helps the customers who are using the ERP Cloud and CX Sales B2B application adapter for kicking off the integration flows based on events. It helps them to self-troubleshoot the event-related issues, improves the overall integration experience with the Fusion application. I hope you liked this demo. Thank you so much for your time.